Shalom. I'd like to give an all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That belongs to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well. Alright, this is part 2 of the Bible words lesson about the word labor. Alright, and in the previous part we went over the word labor and its various definitions. Alright, when it came to the Old Testament, and now we're essentially going to do the same for the word labor in the New Testament. Alright. So without further ado, let's get to the scriptures. This is John chapter 6 verse 29. It says, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life. Alright, so work, alright, work for the meat, not for the meat that perisheth. In other words, don't really labor for carnal things. Labor for things that are everlasting. Alright, labor for these things which are everlasting. It says, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath Yahweh the Father sealed. Alright? So, we should be laboring for these things that are pretty much of the Spirit and not of carnality. Alright? Not being carnal. Alright? Now, it's not a bad thing to work so that you can have a roof over your shoulder. That's not what we're saying. But making your entire existence about the flesh, alright, and doing carnal things, alright, is not gonna profit your spirit. It's not gonna help you. It's not gonna save you at the end. Alright, the only thing that can save you from the upcoming tragedies, alright, is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and having that faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Alright, the belief in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is what's gonna bring us to salvation. Alright. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8 through 9, and it says, we are confident, I say we are willing, rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Alright, so it says we are confident, I say we are willing to be absent from the body. Alright? It means they're willing to be absent from the flesh, in other words. Not necessarily absent from the body literally, in a literal sense, but absent from the body in a figurative sense. In other words, away from flesh, away from the flesh, away from fleshly lusts. Alright? It says, wherefore we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. Alright? So it says whether we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. So, alright, so whether we're here or we're not here, alright, whether we're in our physical body or not in our physical body, we hope, we labor because we want to be accepted of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Alright? We want to be accepted of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So in reality, what the scripture is really talking about is saying, it says, we are confident, I say, willing rather to be absent from the body, you know, figuratively, yes, but also in a literal sense as well. Alright? Because we'd rather be with who? We'd rather be present with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So when you are alive, when you are on this earth, it's figurative. Because how else would you do the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? If you're dead, you can't do the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So how are we present with him? We're present by doing his work. Alright? By staying in his walk. Alright? But at the same time, if we do die, then we will be present with the Lord because we'd be in the heavens with him. Alright? It says, wherefore we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. So whether we're here on earth or we're not, we're laboring because we want to be accepted of him. Alright? This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 12 through 13, and it says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and the faith of Yahushai. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Alright? So, there's a little bit to unpack here. It says, here's the patience of the saints. All right, so the patience of the saints, the Lord's saints. All right, Lord willing, I'm one of those men. I'm one of his saints. All right, which is ultimately the elect. All right, of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the people that descend from them. The saints of the Lord are going to be patient. That's why it says the patience of the saints. It says, here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and the faith of Yahushai. All right, and it says that he heard a voice from heaven. It says, and I heard a voice from heaven unto me saying, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. All right, so blessed are those people who die in the Lord, man. They die serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, and it says, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors. All right, so it's a beautiful thing for you to die doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because you're gonna get rest from your labors, man. This truth, navigating these works, all right, navigating, trying to be righteous, all right, in a wicked society, it's a laborious thing. It's a laborious thing, navigating your family, navigating the work job, navigating the truth, navigating Esau's wicked kingdom, and all the things that come with it, all right, and still trying to balance, and still trying to include and balancing it all with the truth. It's a mastered art, you know. It requires experience. It requires a lot of falling and a lot of trial and error. All right. So it says that they get a rest from that. They get a rest from their labor, and their works do follow them. And how do their works follow them? Because they're in the spirit world, all right, and they are known as men of the Lord, all right, who died, all right. You know, they are men who died doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. So now we're gonna go into the different definitions of labor. All right. We're gonna go into the different definitions of the word labor here in John. All right. And the word here, Strong's 2038. It says ergazomai. All right, ergazomai. And it says to work, labor, do work, all right, or to trade, to make gains by trading, to do business. It says to work, work out, exercise, perform, commit, to cause, to exist, produce, to work for, earn by working, to acquire. All right, and if you remember, that scripture in John said what? It says labor not for the meat which perisheth. All right, so we're not to labor for that meat that perisheth. All right, we're to labor for what? We're to labor for the meat that does not perish. All right, for those things that cannot be seen. All right. This is the labor that's spoken of in that scripture in 2 Corinthians. All right. The word here is philotemeomai. All right, and that's Strong's 5389. All right, and it says to be fond of honor, to be actuated by the love of honor. All right, it says, Salaki. Here it says, from a love of honor, to strive to bring something to pass, to be ambitious, to strive earnestly, to make it one's aim. Salaki, to make it one's aim. You know, and this same one. This Strong's G5389 is the same one that's spoken of in the other scriptures in Revelation. All right, it's the same one. But what does it say? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 5 through 9. It says, "Wherefore we labor that we present, or that present." Salakia. It says, "For wherefore we labor." The sun is like blocking the screen, so I can't really see. It says, "Wherefore we labor that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. All right, so this is less about work, all right, and more about honor. All right, that's why the definition is different. All right, it's different. It's not just about working. It's not just about manual labor or spiritual labor in that, for that matter. It's less about spiritual labor or manual labor, and more about a fondness for honor, a want for honor. All right. So hey man, this was the word labor. You know, it's a little bit different than how I structure these Bible words lessons, but it's because you know, I was not expecting for them to be so many different definitions of the word honor. You know, that's why our apostles at Great Millstone always say, man, that in order for you to understand the Bible, you need to understand the meaning of words, man. Meaning that you need to do the legwork. You need to go into the etymology. You got to go into the blue letter. You got to go into the Greek and the Hebrew, because there are just so many different like, you know, the Hebrew. Remember, these books were translated from the Hebrew. So we need to understand that since these books were translated from the Hebrew, not everything is going to be exactly how it's supposed to be. Not all definitions are going to be exactly how we think it is written verbatim. You know? That's why going into these words, going into these definitions is so important, because they're going to give us the true understanding of what is being spoken of. All right? So, hey, man, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. All right? Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who continue to teach us this truth. All right? I hope you brothers learned something. I hope this was edifying. All right? And until next time, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai.